In this video, I'm going to show the best back exercises for better lovemaking. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, Dr. Rowe coming to you from SpineCare in St. Joseph, Michigan. In this video, I want to go over back exercises that may lead to better sex by allowing you to go longer, harder, and faster. And you may find these exercises help lessen and prevent back pain during sex. To make this easy, I'm going to break the video up into two separate parts. In the first part, we're going to focus on building mobility so you have a lot more freedom during positions and movements. In the second part, we're going to focus on building strength so you're able to support yourself during those movements. To get the best results, go through all of the exercises and use what works best for you. As a bonus, all of the exercises can be done, most of them in bed, and they require no equipment. So let's get started. I'm sure that you've heard the saying, it's all about the motion in the ocean. Well, it's true. You want to be stiff as a board, but not in the wrong way. A key to having better sex is to have less stiffness, tightness, and pain. So you're able to move from position to position with less issues and hopefully just be able to experiment with new positions. This first mobility exercise is really going to focus on opening up the hips, the groin, and the pelvis. It's known as a frog rocker. You can do this one in bed or on a floor. So what I'm going to do is start off on all fours just like this. What I'm going to do from there is put my feet together and then try to take my knees out as much as I can. Keep sliding them out until you feel a very deep stretch in the inner part of the leg into the groin. That's really important. Just press your feet together also during this exercise. The first movement is very easy. We're going to do a rock back. So I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest, put my arms out in front of me very slightly, grip into whatever you're using with your fingers for a stable anchor point. And then we're going to rock our whole body backwards, trying to keep our back straight. The more that you go back, the more that you're going to feel that stretch build across the pelvis and hips. It usually feels really good. I actually feel it right here in my core too. I like to hold this one right here for about 3 to 5 seconds. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to rock back up into our original position. But this time around, let's focus a little bit more on trying to open up the hips. So I'm going to lift my legs up, or I should say my feet up like this, and then take them outwards. You're going to feel a ton fire around the hips. I go out as far as I can, again, holding this one for about 3 to 5 seconds. From there, I'm just going to go back like this and go back into our starting position. The next movement is rocking forward with our whole body. Keep going as far forward as you can. You're really going to feel a very good stretch into the core and also into the front part of the legs. This one right here will really open up the hip flexors, which are responsible for really helping with thrusting motion. So 3 to 5 seconds right here. And during these exercises too, what I try to do is just nice, slow, controlled breathing. You can also tighten your core for a little bit more support. But after we're done with that, we're just going to go to our starting position and then just repeat. Let's try to do this one for about 3 to 5 complete repetitions. And with each repetition, try to stretch into it just a little bit more. The key is to build more flexibility. So we always want to challenge ourselves with these stretches right here. You can also experiment with different angles. This is really good for anybody that has a lot of tightness or pain off to one side. So what I'm going to do is angle my upper body towards one direction. So instead of going straight, I'm going to go off to my left just a little bit, and then I'm going to repeat this. You're going to notice that it hits it just a little bit differently. So give that a try. Going all the way towards the left, and you can also experiment with going all the way towards the right. This next stretching exercise is what I call the Cobra Cow. It puts a little bit more emphasis on the back. Again, you can do this one in bed or on a floor. Just start on all fours, just like this. I'm going to begin with what is known as the cat-cow. I'm going to tuck my chin towards my chest. From there, I'm going to take a deep breath in and then let it all the way out. As I'm exhaling, I'm going to tighten my core and try to take my belly button upward towards my spine as much as I can. Really focus on engaging those core muscles. I'm then going to round my back, kind of like putting a hump in it, by taking my shoulder blades upward towards the ceiling. In this position, you should feel a ton of muscles firing in the back and also the core. Try to hold this one comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds. From there, I'm going to take a deep breath in and then just allow my stomach to relax and go downward as much as I can towards the bed or the floor. This position just hits the back back a little bit differently. Again, try to hold this one comfortably for about 3 to 5 seconds. I like to take this one to the next level by then targeting the core and the legs just a little bit more to build into a thrusting motion. So what I'm going to do is what is called a cobra pose. I'm going to straighten my legs and then take my hips and pelvis downward towards the floor or the bed. The key with this exercise is to have them flat. We don't want them raised up like this. So what you can do is use your arms right here to control this stretch. The more that you go upright like this, the more intense the stretch will be. The more that you bend the elbows, the easier it will be. So once you find that sweet spot and the hips are flat, you want to hold this one comfortably for about 20 seconds. Just do nice, slow, controlled breathing also. I feel a really good stretch in my back, core muscles, and my legs. From there, I'm just going to build back into that original position and repeat the cat-cow. With each repetition, try to stretch into it just a little bit more. The key is to gain flexibility, so always challenge yourself. And I try to do this whole complete cycle for about 3 to 5 times. The key to better sex is to be able to go longer, harder, and faster. To be able to do this, we have to build strength. This first strengthening exercise is known as a Kegel Bridge. If you're unfamiliar with a Kegel, it's absolutely one of the best exercises that you can use to improve your sex life. It focuses on building strength across the pelvic floor, which may lead to more intense orgasms and help men with premature ejaculation. And it's pretty easy to do. You just lie flat on your back in bed or on a floor. Knees are going to be bent, feet are going to be flat. The first part, what I'm going to do is take a deep breath in and then let it all the way out. As you exhale, try to take your belly button towards your spine as much as you can. Really engage the core. From there, I'm going to tighten my pelvic floor and then squeeze my glutes or my buttocks right here. Once you feel that, we're going to then take our hands, place them on our hips, and then thrust our hips and pelvis upward towards the ceiling until our body is in a nice straight line from our knees to our hips to our shoulders. If you're unable to get into this position, let's say you can only go up an inch or two, do the best you can. Over time, you should gain strength and flexibility. But when we're in this position, you should feel a ton of muscles firing into the core, lower back, the hips, glutes, across the pelvis right here. I try to hold this one comfortably for about 5 seconds. From there, I'm just going to relax and take a breather. On the next repetition, try to build into it even more. You can do this one for 10 to 15 repetitions. If you feel like you have a little bit more energy, throw in another set or 2. You can make this one more challenging also by lifting one leg up just like this and putting all of your weight onto one side. Just make sure whatever you do on one side to always switch to the other to keep them both in balance. I like to take the bridge to the next level by doing different positions that are going to hit the muscles just a little bit differently. So one of my favorites is to do what is known as the clamshell. This one's really going to help with strengthening the pelvis towards the groin and on the hips right here. It really focuses on the glutes. So I'm going to put my feet together, place them down on the bed or the floor, press in, and then try to wing my knees downward as much as I can until I feel a very deep activation of the muscles in the groin and across the hips. Once we feel that, the movement is roughly the same. Put your hands on your hips right here and then just thrust upward towards the ceiling. Hold this one for 5 seconds, relax. You can do this one 10 to 15 times and throw in another set or 2 if needed. You can also target the back of the legs right here, the hamstrings, by doing what is known as a hamstring walkout. So let's get back into our original bridge position, but this time around I'm going to drive my heels into the bed or the floor and then angle my toes upward towards the ceiling. And then I'm going to slowly start to walk my heels outward like this. You'll feel a ton of fire into the back of the legs, those hamstrings. But just do that one nice and slowly for about 5 repetitions. Afterwards, if you feel like you have more energy, again, throw in another set or 2. This exercise is going to help us with positions and movements that require just a little bit more upper body strength. This is known as the body saw. It's best done on a floor. I'm going to be on my forearms, so make sure to put a pillow or towel underneath them for extra comfort. So I'm going to have my forearms and arms roughly in a V shape. I just kind of clasp my hands together just like this. Let's tuck our chin towards our chest. I'm going to go into a plank position, so my body is nice and straight. My lower body weight is going to be on my toes. I'm going to focus on tightening my core muscles and then also my glutes, so everything is just nice, tight, and sturdy. From there, I'm going to use my legs right here and upper body to thrust forward just like this, keeping our body nice and straight. Go forward as much as you can. You'll feel a ton of muscles fire in the back, into the arms, and also the core. I try to hold this for a couple seconds. From there, I'm going to go in reverse. Really use your arms right here to thrust backwards as much as you can. Hold this position for a couple seconds, and then you're just going to repeat this whole cycle for about 10 to 15 repetitions. If you feel like you have a little bit more strength, throw in another set or two. But I like to take this one to the next level by then doing just an ordinary push-up. Push-ups are very important for building chest and arm strength to keep us upright. So if you're unable to do a regular push-up, you can do a beginner's push-up. Just put all of your lower body weight onto your knees just like this. And then from there, just do 10 to 15 slow repetitions. Really focus on feeling it into the chest, the arms, and really pinching those shoulder blades as you go down. If you're able to from there, just progress into the full push-up. But I try to do this one for 10 to 15 repetitions for 2 to 3 sets. This strengthening exercise is going to focus a little bit more on the lower back. It will help build stability and also help lessen our chance of back pain during sex. This is known as a frog reverse hyper. It's best done at the edge of a bed. I'm going to get into a position where my hips and my legs are going to be off the edge of that bed. My upper body is just going to lie flat and just be nice and supported. Keep your back straight. Take your arms, grab off to the side of the bed or straight in front of you, but you want a sturdy grip into the bed. That way we have a solid anchor point. From there, I'm going to tighten my core muscles and then squeeze my buttocks for stability. The movement from here is very easy. I'm going to keep my knees bent roughly at 90 degrees and then lift my feet upward towards the ceiling as much as I can. The goal is go up as far as you can, squeeze the buttocks, and you should feel the lower back get engaged. You want to hold this one for about 5 seconds. From there, you're just going to relax, come back down, and then repeat this one 10 to 15 times. Again, the goal is to really focus on feeling it into the lower back. But if you feel like you have a little bit more energy, you can throw in another set or two. If the exercises helped, please support the channel by giving this video a like and maybe subscribing too. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching.